Hi guys, welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading the love. Spreading the love in this big bad world of ours. Before we go any further, check that ticker bar below, yeah? Check that ticker bar below. Please like, share. Most importantly, subscribe to Football with Brownie. Member subscription is free. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscriber button right now. Don't forget the notification bell, and you'll have a massive, massive welcome in the Football with Brownie community. Um, Okay. What we're going to say? Yeah, brand new channel figures are above. Brand new channel figures are above, and I just want to say thank you ever so much, guys. Got quite a few new subscribers since the last one live, and yeah, we will talk about that maybe on the late night Q&A. My reasons of not doing a live show for. I've had a few nights off, and I'm sure the regular listeners or regular watchers know about it. So, or know the reasons why. Anyway, Steve is in the chat. First man in the chat on Facebook. And Steve says this human rights thing keeps being brought up by BBC and Talksport. I've had enough of it listening to it. Well, you know what, Steve? Listen, that is why you are watching Football with Brownie. If you have got a YouTube account, come over to YouTube and join in. But Steve, even as a blue nose, you're more than welcome. Harry, happy Friday. Harry says, "Happy Friday, Harry. Hope you are well up there." And I don't care anymore, Harry. That's it. That's the end anyway. But let's see. Let's see how. Just double check. Oh well. No. Anyway. AP is in the house. Hi, AP, and AP is a member of the channel, guys. If you want to become a member of the channel, there's a pinned comment at the top of the chat room. Just hit that, and would be absolutely impressed. I'd be impressed with you if you become members. Anyway, come on, Wales, let's have a good draw. Yeah, absolutely, AP, absolutely. On about Wales and the good draw, I know that a couple of people watched my upload yesterday. It was regarding. I think Wales have been fucked over again. If I'm completely honest with you, that's my personal opinion. I know people don't like it. People took a because we right. My personal opinion is that listen. I am 43 years old. Okay, I am. I remember my first World Cup was '86. Many people are older and won't know more. But this is the first ever World Cup draw I have known when not all the qualifiers are decided. Okay? So, as a result of Ukraine's game against Scotland being postponed until June, we are, as Harry says, in pot four. Now we're ranked 18th. There's a discussion. We could have been in pot two or pot three, but we wouldn't have been in pot four. And because of pot four, okay, we haven't qualified yet. Let's get that right. However, how it stands is that Wales got 50% chance of qualifying because they got one game left. Scotland and Ukraine got 25% chance of qualifying because they still got their semi-final game to go, plus they got the final game. So, as it stands, Wales have a better percentage of qualifying out of the three. So, in my opinion, it should be Wales's fucking standing goals. However, as this has happened and we're now in pot four, there's very, very highly likely chance now that Wales are going to be Wales or Scotland. I know High's in there. Going to be in the group of death, and I, for one, don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that a draw is happening without not all the qualifiers fucking knowing if they qualified or not. As a result, now if you're on my Twitter, you would have noticed this morning. I did have it wasn't a heated debate, but it was a debate, and it was quite straight to the day. In some of the points raised, because I'm convinced that if this had happened to a bigger footballing nation, for example, if it was a Germany, an England, a Spain, or France or something, they would have all kicked off. All the politicians would have kicked off, right? And we wouldn't hear the end of it. And it probably would have, look, in my opinion, the amount of political pressure probably would have, delayed the bloody draw or something. This is shocking. Now, this is after the Euros. Remember the Euros regarding Wales got fucked over again by having all our games. The team were doing bloody the most mileage out of any of the finalists, because remember the games were all over the fucking place. Wales were playing their games in bloody Azerbaijan, for fuck's sake. So it's not the first time that in the eyes of a Welsh football fan, we are getting fucked over by the footballing authorities. And it comes across that the Welsh politicians and the Welsh hierarchy, or Football Wales hierarchy, just keep their mouth shut, and as a result, it comes across that we better not upset them. We better not upset, FIFA or UEFA. And I had it a lot today. I've had this. Let's just be grateful we're in the draw. And I hate that fucking line. I'll be completely honest with you. Let's be grateful that we are in the draw. Listen, I get it. We're not going to win it, but I'd like us to go far in this competition. I don't want us to be fucking an also ran. I'd like us to get out of a group. And it's really pissed me off. Anyway, so things have gone on, and I was having a Twitter debate with the new CEO of the Welsh Football Association, Noel Mooney, and what a lovely guy he is. We had our differences, don't get me wrong. We had our differences, and don't get me wrong. But because remember, with him in Qatar, I'm in Dubai. Well, it was like 5-6 o'clock this morning. So you guys in the UK would have been 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So you guys didn't really look at our conversation until later. But we agreed to disagree, and because he was in the. He come across as if he was in the, let's just be grateful we're in the draw kind of camp. But we agreed to disagree, and as a result, when he does get back to Wales, then the new Welsh FA CEO, Noel Mooney, will be a guest on the Football with Brownie show. We'll have a debate. We'll continue with a debate we had this morning regarding this, because then it'll be more meat on the bone because we will know who we will have in the group. So, Noel, if you are watching, very much doubt it. You're probably in the football stadium. I think they hold in this draw. But I just want to thank you ever so much for accepting my invite, and I look forward to having round two, round two on yours. So there you go. I've already leaked one podcast which I'm going to be doing next week. Right. Okay, let's go back. I do apologize. I just needed to get that out there, guys. Right. You're on about him. AP says it's anti-Welsh rubbish. We could have played our games in the Euros at Principality Stadium or Cardiff City Stadium. Rejected it. I'm not one for the Principality Stadium, mate. If I'm honest with you, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And remember, the only time we didn't play in Azerbaijan, we played in Amsterdam, right? And remember. So we held the game was held there, but yet no Welsh fans could go to Amsterdam. So the stadium was full of Danish fans. AP having to go to the Welsh leader, Mark Drakeford. He says, so let's have a Mark. I know you exactly, mate. Can you imagine the English politicians, right? If England were treated like this. You know, I think it just shows as well just how much the Welsh politicians treat rugby to football in Wales. When every Welsh person now knows that the most popular sport in Wales is football. The most popular most attendees in grounds on the weekend is football, and the most players is football. Just really does my head in. Anyway. So they're still talking anyway. We're still talking. Let's screen share a bit. Come on. Right. We're going to play a game. We're going to play two games actually. Right. So let's screen share. While all these are talking online. Right. Okay, so first of all, here we are, and it is the four pots basically. Okay, the four pots. So it's pot one, Qatar because they're a horse nation, and apparently they're going to be in Group A. Apparently, then you've got Belgium, Brazil, France, Argentina, England, Spain, Portugal. Then pot two is Denmark, Holland, Germany, Mexico, America, Switzerland, Croatia, Uruguay. Pot three. Now Senegal is in pot three. Senegal, I think they're the African champions, aren't they? The current African champions. Then you've got Iran, Japan, Morocco, Serbia, Poland, South Korea, and Tunisia. Now there's a couple of tricky ones in that pot three. Senegal, Serbia, South Korea, maybe. Pot four, Saudi Arabia, Ecuador, Ghana, Cameroon, Canada. Now the three positions which have it's right. So it's Australia, UAE, and I'm actually going to go to that game. The winner of Australia and United Arab Emirates play Peru, right? So that's one of them. So it's Australia, UAE, or Peru, right? The other one is New Zealand or Costa Rica. And then the European playoff is Ukraine, Scotland, Wales, as we all know. Right, so in the in the chat box, what I want to do, guys, right? Right. If you follow whatever team you follow, you have to tell me whatever team you're following. Right. Put down. So you have to have one in pot one, one in pot two, one in pot three, one in pot four. Now, one of the rules is that you can't have more than 2 European teams in one group. Okay? So, for example, right? So I want to put the most favorable group. What group do you want for your team? Right? So, I'll go first just to show you what I mean. So, obviously, I'm following Wales, right? So, Wales qualifies. So, we're in pot four in a group. Pot three, out of that, I think Iran, right? Pot two, I'd go for America. And then pot one, Qatar. It has to be. So, I know I'm a shit ass and I want the easiest group, but yeah, my group would be Qatar, America, Iran, and Wales. So, guys, have a look at it. What group would you want? Let me know. All right, sorry, AP. I just yeah, you can have two. You can't have more than two European sides. It says you can't have more than seven. So hang on, we got an Asia. Oh, we got two Asian. So Qatar and Iran. Okay, well, if I can't have, obviously I go for Qatar. If I can't go there, I would have Morocco or Tunisia then. So it'd be Qatar, America, Morocco. No, Qatar, America, Tunisia, and Wales. That's what I would go for. Because I suppose you can't have Qatar and Iran because they're both in the Asian group, wouldn't I? Anyway, right. So let me know what you want or what you is well, what's your preferred option? Okay. So let's go back here. Okay, and there's another one. It's another little game as well. See, we're playing little games while all this shit is happening, and or we're all talking on TV anyway, so pointless. Right. Okay. So there's another little thing. Screen. Let's share screen again. Okay. So someone has come up with a simulator. Okay, someone's come up with a simulator, which is basically, you just press fast draw, and it comes up, right? Basically, it does all the draw. You can do it small, you can do it slow, and it takes fucking ages, right? Like, it automatically puts Qatar into Group A. That's why I'm thinking that's probably going to be what's going to happen. Qatar goes automatically into Group A, and then you just go bump, Sienna and France and all that. It takes ages. It takes ages, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press fast draw, right? And then what we're going to do, right? Hang on. I restart it. Right? And then what we're going to do, I'll save it and then compare to see what it is against the other the real draw. So let me categorically, I can't even say that word, categorically clearly state this is not the draw. This is just a game, just in case people are tuning in right now. This is just a game. The draw is not happening for maybe 10 minutes or so. But we're going to, right, there you go. This is how it's going to come. Right. Okay, so for England supporters, this has put England into Group F with Mexico, Senegal, uh, what's that? Oh, that's or New Zealand or Costa Rica, isn't it? So it's quite favourable, guys. If you let me know if and for me the Welsh one, oh geez, look at the Welsh one, or potentially Wales or Scotland one would be in Group G. Brazil, Germany, Tunisia. Oh geez, but we'll see, right? We'll see. I'll keep these up, and we'll see, and we'll compare them against the real draw, which can't be far away now, anyway, guys. Can't be far away now. Okay, let's stop screen sharing there. And guys, listen, if you are new to the channel, let's just go through this again. Guys, welcome to Football Brownie. If you are new to the channel, please, please, please check that ticker bar below. All right. Please like, share, most importantly, subscribe to Football Brownie. Guys, if you're watching on Facebook, there's quite a few watching on Facebook. If you have a YouTube account, please come over to YouTube. Please subscribe. Welcome to the community, and yeah, it's all warming up now for what hopefully is going to be a very interesting draw and a very enjoyable draw as well. Dave. Hi, Dave. Hope you're well. Do the BBC really need to drag this boredom out? I know, mate. I know. But in all fairness, it's not the BBC. It's probably been put an event on by all accounts. So, yeah, it has been dragged out already, mate. I get that. I get that. So come on, guys. Who do you fancy? Who do you want in your group? Let me know. Let's go through. Let's show you the groups. Mobby. You can you can have a look at this as well. Right. Okay, guys. Okay, there's the groups. Right. Let me know. Let me know which group would be favourable to you. For me, with Wales, obviously, in part 4. I would go for Qatar. Now, apparently, you can't have. What did the AP say? You can't have any more than 2 European teams, right? And it can't be 2 Asian teams, 2 African teams, or 2 South American teams in the same group. Okay, you can't have 2 European teams. So, Qatar, America. Now, I would have gone for Iran, but Qatar and Iran are same continent when it comes to. So I would go for probably Tunisia and Wales, obviously. That's what I would go for. Moppy just being Moppy, said anyone Wales. I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Mike, I want Tunisia, USA, and Saudi Arabia. Mike, I know that you wouldn't fancy. Oh, that's my food. Bear with me. Okay, sorry, guys. Fucking hell. Fucking food delivery guy didn't have no freaking change. Pisses me off. Anyway, Mike, you say you want Tunisia, USA, Saudi Arabia. I'm just wondering, from an English point of view, would you not want the Battle of Britain in your group? And as from a Welsh person as well, I did listen to Talk Sport, and who was it? Darren Bent was saying, "Yeah, I want Wales or Scotland. Remember Wales? I mean, Bale was playing. We still beat them in the group." I thought to myself, "Yeah, you fucking numbskull, but we won the group, and you ended up fucking losing to Iceland because of that. So piss off." Um, Mike says, "Not really. I want an easy group." I think we all want an easy group, don't we? The TV companies may not want an easy group, but I think we all want an easy group. Right, AP's come back. You can have two Europeans, but you can't have two African. Yeah. Dave says, you have to laugh. It showed construction of stadiums, didn't show Indians. I know. Dave, listen, I can't really comment on things like that. Otherwise, I'd have a knock on the door. All right. So I get what you mean. Um, yeah. So I would say I don't want Italy, but they didn't qualify. Boom, boom. But did you? Have anyone watched that upload? The last upload I done today. Martin Keown. Martin Keown goes on Talk Sport. He gets absolutely battered by Simon Jordan every single week. Who gives Martin Keown these media gigs? Because he literally is like that. But anyway, he goes on to say, "Oh, Italy should have had a bye and into the World Cup because they're European champions." Hang on, is it? They may be European champions, but they couldn't beat. They drew with Switzerland twice. They drew with Bulgaria. They drew with Northern Ireland, and they lost to North Macedonia. What right do Italy have to have a spot with that kind of record in the finals, and someone else who isn't a big nation being denied? Uh, Dave says, "Don't get me started on uh, if I'm honest with you, Dave, in my opinion, their worst. Their worst. I personally think Simon Jordan saved Talksport, in my opinion. AP, are Uruguay a good side anymore? I think, did I watch Uruguay the other day? May have just been highlights, I think. They're an aging team now. You know, if you go, Cavani is 98. Suarez is 98 stone plus about 72 in age. Um, you haven't got they're an aging team now. They're an aging team. Who would you want to win the World Cup? What's a good question? People in the chat, let me know as well on that. Who would I want to win the World Cup? Um, oh, if not Wales, Spain. If not Wales, Spain. So let's go down again. Stefan's in the house. Hi, Stefan. Hope you're welcome. Free Fire Store, but this taxpayers' money. Steal many taxpayers' money, my friend. Can you put the groups up? The groups ain't. The groups haven't. Well, hang on. I can put the pots up as it stands. 1 second. Okay, river pots. So pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. Presenters are now coming onto the stage. And yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know if I know it's abbreviations here, but the first one is it's Australia, United Arab Emirates, or Peru. That is that one. This one is New Zealand or Costa Rica, and this one is Ukraine, Scotland, or Wales. So it's three positions in which haven't qualified yet. And don't get me started on that again. It basically, in my opinion, this draw shouldn't. This is it's his first draw, World Cup draw. I've known that a draw is taking place, and no one knows the whole of the bloody qualifiers yet. Ridiculous. Algeria, Cameroon. Hi, Zaibi, Malik. Oh yeah, and also as well. Sorry, but Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Ramadan Mubarak. Apologies, I should have said that right at the start. But I hope this month brings you happiness, prosperity, and you eat well as well, especially in the darkness. But it does get dark quite early here, so it's not. I think if you were celebrating Ramadan in Europe or the Northern Hemisphere, I think it'd be. Yeah, I know. I think it's harder really when in this area simply because the sun goes down early. Anyway, AP. I'd probably say I wanted states from part 2. Yeah, I would as well. I didn't rate them. I don't rate them. I don't rate them at all. Where's the fence will have a work at a person? They've only got. I would say. I would like America as well. They got Canada in pot 4, America in pot 2, and Canada a much better team than America. But it's how the bloody rankings work, isn't it? Stefan, they're feeling a warm ball. Certain countries will get an easy draw. Yes, they will. Of course, they will. TV rights. Pitch myself. Oh, I know. But because you know what? I never wanted Brazil to do anything in that World Cup. After the first game, we played Croatia in the first game. Croatia went 1-0 up, and it was it's so bloody biased, that referee, and to give the Brazilians a penalty, which was never a penalty. Wales will get Brazil, Germany, Japan. Wales will I tell you what Wales will probably get, right? They will get from pot 1 the World 11, from pot 2 the Brazilian 1970 team, from pot 3 Italy 82 team, and then all the games then are played on the moon or in Azerbaijan. That is just Wales's bloody Wales's luck, I tell you. Midnight. Hey, Brownie, how's it going? Yeah, it's going all right, mate. It's going all right. I do a pot. Listen, guys, most of you probably know anyway my reasons for being not doing live shows for a couple of days. Because of the event taking place at the moment, we won't go into it. There'll probably be a late night Q&A later on, and I'll tell you all the details anyway, and take it from there. They really were, mate. They really, really were. Hey, same can easily be said about the 78 one? Was it the 78 World Cup where Brazil beat Peru in a semi? Then days you had the semi-final was the groups, weren't they? Brazil beat Peru 5-0. Argentina needed to beat them 6-0. And this is at the semi-final stage, you know. Qatar is going to be fairly warm in December. That's correct. It may actually, midnight. I'll be honest with you, it could well rain a little bit. Brazil might do pretty well. Haven't won a World Cup since. No, you know what? Honestly, I watched the Copa America. Me and Nathan done a couple of watch-alongs, didn't we? A Copa America, and I watched a couple of the qualifiers, and I from my own, it's all about opinion. Football's all about opinion, right? Well, what on earth is this tit doing? How is he presenting? Jermaine Janus. He's never played in a World Cup for once. Fucking hell. How between him and Martin Keown, how do they get these fucking media gigs? I tell you. Thank God I got the sound down. Anyway, on about Midnight's point regarding, I watched the Copa America. I watched some of the South American qualifiers. Midnight. So I know it's all about opinion, but I am convinced the defending is all over the shop when it comes to South American teams. I'm convinced you wouldn't see a South American team win the World Cup for at least another decade. That's my personal opinion. Guys, if you think I'm right, most of you have, or many of you have, I don't think they're good. I think they're light years behind the European teams at the moment. An event, yeah. I'm on about the World Cup draw. We probably have new people watching, so let's not go into the late night kind of things. That's what I mean. So leave that for a late night show later. And Fonzie will jump the shark. I don't know what you're talking about now. 202 was bloody ridiculous. Oh, too right it was. Remember South Korea with those dodgy goals against Italy and Spain? Yeah, too right it was. I remember that. 78 was fucking outrageous. A Peru goalkeeper was born in Argentina. Couldn't make it up. I didn't know that. And also, we have spoken about it before. Also, when Austria played Germany. Austria played West Germany, wasn't it? And they both needed a draw to go through. Was that 82 or was that 78? And it was a group stage. And they basically for 90 minutes they basically passed the ball between one another, and they finished 0-0. I think after that game, if I'm right in saying, I think after that game, because it was like staggered, the kickoff times were staggered even in the last round of group games. I think after that game, it changed the rules, as in. The final kickoff, the final two games of each group will always kick off at the same time. I'm sure that game changed the rules of the World Cup group stages. I'm sure it. There's Lothar Matthäus on there. Lothar Matthäus, what a great player he was, wasn't he? What a great player. I know apparently he's not a nice guy. In person, but what a great player Lothar Matthäus was. But 1990 Germany World Cup win, Lothar Matthäus, that goal against Yugoslavia, when remember Yugoslavia were up and coming nation then. Italians absolutely robbed. The Spanish were robbed as well. Stefan, 74, Germany cheated Holland. Englishman conspired. Now, this is the first time I've heard about this, Stefan. I'll be honest with you. Now, they met in the final. How did they cheat Holland? It's the first time I've ever heard anything about You're on about, I'm trying to think of a referee's name. Because it was a penalty, wasn't it? Wouldn't Holland done like 30 odd passes, wasn't it, in the first minute? Penalty then. So what was the alleged offence, let's say? Dave says, my favourite World Cup 82 was a 10-year-old. Remember lots in Italia 94, Viagro. In my opinion, Dave, and I've said this many times, in my opinion, your first World Cup is always the best World Cup. That's my opinion. That's why Football Brownie has still got the Mexico 86 mascot as the logo. Piqué, the mascot. And my best World Cup was 86. You know what? As a kid, watching Maradona drag that Argentinian team to World Cup to become world champions. And I know that you guys are people are gonna mention the handball, right? I know that, right? We've talked about it so many times. But I watched it back a few months ago. And I tell you what, the likes of Terry Fenwick, Peter Reid, kicking Maradona into Rose Head every single time he touched the ball, it was kind of like revenge, I suppose. But anyway, midnight. It's not the Summer World Cup, so perhaps some countries make a semis who don't expect. That's a good point, actually. That's a good. Turkey third in 2000. Yeah, but Turkey had a good team then, though. Hakan Şükür. Hakan Şükür. You had Hakan, two guy went and played for Blackburn, didn't he? And the Sooners, and there was another one as well. And and Rustu was the Turkish goalkeeper. On about Hakan Şükür. Hakan Şükür is now on a run from the Turkish government, and he's lost all his money, and he's in somewhere in America on the run. Yeah. I read a story about him the other day. Maybe I should get him on the fucking Football Brownie podcast. Stefan, I remember the Austria-Germany match. Kept asking my dad, why was it so boring? Little did I know. Well, what year was that then, Stefan? Was it 74? Was it 78? Or 82? Moppy, Oman Biek. The opening game. You know what? I should do an upload on this game. The opening game of Italia 90. Now, opening game was normally it was the holders would play. So Argentina played Cameroon, right? And Cameroon, yeah. Trying to think who scored. Canabiek was his brother, wasn't it? Canabiek was his brother. No, Roger Miller didn't score that game in that game. I know he went on to score. I can't remember. Anyway, so Argentina are pressing. Then all of a sudden, yes, my former neighbour in Marbella, right? My former neighbour in Marbella, who because of COVID, he did agree to do a podcast, but it would have been a Spanish speaking podcast. But he did agree to do it. However, COVID meant that he couldn't get into Spain because he went to Argentina to see family for Christmas, and he couldn't get back in. Anyway, yeah. So within my urbanization lived former Argentine World Cup winner Claudio Caniggia. Right? And boy, if you look at him, you think he's 85, not fucking 55 or whatever he is. Anyway, so so Argentina go chasing. Cameroon, so unfancied, go 1-0 up. Argentina chasing. And Canija goes through. One Cameroon player hits him, doesn't take him down. Canija is basically only just managing to be on, keep on his feet. Then Oman Biek, my man Oman Biek, boom! Oh, Canija done a somersault. He done. Now I know diving was hysterical, man, but he was. You get, he was just managing to keep on his feet. All of a sudden, Oman Biek coming, boom, poof, done a somersault in the air. Referee, because he was last man, I think referee give him a red card, right? And this is the only time I've seen in my life someone get sent off with the whole of a San Siro, right? The whole of San Siro Stadium actually standing up and giving him a standing ovation. Oh man, big! I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, YouTube wouldn't do me on copyright, but yeah, that would be great. Yeah, 82. It was 82. It was a group game. Ah, right. Okay, Dave. Yeah. I thought that was the case. It was a group game. Because for some reason, I remember Karl-Heinz Rummenigge in a footage when I watched that game. Yeah, Oman Bieka. Oh, Jesus. And he's still fucking talking. I feel sorry for the bastards in the crowd when you got Jermaine Genius talking through his ass for so long. The penalty for Germany, 84. You know what? I've never seen. I'm going to have to watch that back. Was that good Muller taken down? Was that good Muller taken down but late in the second half? Okay, it's just started. Well, first name is coming out of a hat. Qatar. Why did he do? Hang on, we knew Qatar was going to be in Group A. We knew that Qatar was going to be in Group A because of the joke bloody draw we done. Anyway, so Qatar goes into Group A, I think. Yeah, A1. We knew that. Why are they drawing something in which we already fucking knew Qatar was going to be the first team in Group A? Anyway, so England, and now what group are England going to go in? And Mobby, so England going to go in Group B, right? So let's go. Hey, I hold my hands up. Oman Biek, Kana Biek got sent off. Oman Biek scored. Mobby, you beat me. You done me on that one. I did say Kana Biek for, didn't I? And Dave says, Argentina, Canija ended up Moonland after them tackles. I know. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do an upload, and I'm gonna have to watch that game again. I think tonight. Okay, Argentina's been so. Okay, so Group A you got Qatar is the first team. Group B you got England as the first team. Group C you got Argentina as the first team. Why are they drawing something in which they already know about? They're highlighting the groups in which these are going. Why are they bothering? Right. Midnight. Hakan Şüker was popular in Turkey, very much so. Great player. So France is the first team in Group D. His wedding broadcast live. It was, yes. Now he's a fugitive on the run. Yeah, he's in America. Lost everything, apparently. Something about Erdogan. Something he fell out with Erdogan. John Taylor, yes, John Taylor. The whole world saw the handball, and the ref didn't. Can't remember, mate. To be honest, I say that I wasn't even born, but you know me and my bloody football education. Okay, so France go in Group D. Spain in Group E. Stefan, I do have some great World Cup memories. I know, yeah, I know. We all do, Stefan. We all do. Just realize how dodgy FIFA were. Still, probably, of course, they are, man. Qatar was corrupt. Why wasn't it taken away? Fucking joke. Yeah, I know. I can't, guys. You know, I can't say much over here. You know that. I'll open my mouth a bit when I'm back in the UK or when I'm out of this area. Get ready for corruption. Not even bothering to watch it. Oh, come on, Stefan. Dan, if we was qualified, I can see you've been in group of death. If you watched my my upload yesterday, you probably know that I would agree with you on that. Exactly, Brown. FIFA the half a daily of world football. Southgate wasn't manager. Can imagine what England could do. I agree, actually. I agree. Midnight. It's too young a member, but I think the German. Oh, yeah. You're on about. Right. So we got Spain Group E, Belgium Group F, and Brazil Group G. So that means then Portugal will go in Group H. So the first teams of every group have been drawn or will be drawn now. Right. You're on about Patrick Battiston. Patrick Battiston. Now, I was going to do an upload about this game a couple of weeks ago, right? But I think YouTube stopped me, so I'm going to have to break it up to get past the YouTube rules. But yeah, Patrick Battiston is was that Harold Schumacher absolutely took him out, broke his ribs as well. I think broke his neck as well, didn't he? Yeah, Patrick Battiston. That was in the semi-final. Not in the free kick, though. Not even the free kick. The referee waved it away. Yeah, Nathan. I don't know where Nathan is. I don't know where Nathan is. Okay, still. So, all the first one's been. So, Group A, you got Qatar. Group B, England. Group C, Argentina. Group D, France. Group E, Spain. F, Belgium. G, Brazil. H, Portugal. So, we're on now to the pot number 2. So, let's have a look at the teams in pot number 2 quickly. There's the teams in pot number 2. And Holland. No, I don't think so, Dan. Okay, so Holland go into Qatar's group. Okay, Holland go into exactly, Stefan. Exactly. Yeah, don't know where he is, Dan. Don't know where he is. Yeah, England, USA. No, it's not true, Dan. Never mind. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about that on late night Q&A, if you don't mind. Okay, so uh, yeah, so England got America. So that goes back to the World Cup in South Africa, wasn't it? In England had America in their group. Dave said, Schumacher said afterwards he was willing to pay for all his teeth to get fixed. I never knew that. I never knew that. To be honest, '86 was my first one. But first time I heard about that, man. To knock someone's teeth isn't a minor. Together, I know. Yeah, it was. It was. I remember America won that, didn't it? So Mexico and Argentina. Mexico, le, Mexico, ala, Mexico, Mexico, ala, la. Against Argentina. Parago, Argentina, Parago, Alata, Simulaita, Eogonia, O Veleto, Veleto, Argentina, Argentina, Argentina. I doubt if a Bravas Bravas would be over here. That's for sure. Schumacher went to Patterson's wedding. No way. Is that right? Okay, so France and Denmark. France and Denmark. AP was 1-1, was it? Okay, okay. Yeah, Dempsey did score for America. I remember watching that in Greece with the ex-wife. 2010 was a disaster. It was a bad one, wasn't it? For 2014 wasn't much better. D3, yeah. So France played Denmark. So who was Spain have now? Is it the Spanish group? No. España, España. Uh, no, he didn't. I remember he just waved it off. Just waved it off, Tony Schumacher. Oh, Spain and Germany. Ooh. That did it. Oh, that's going to be it. Spain and Germany. I think Spain will beat them. I think Spain will beat them. Definitely put in Shiku. I think so, man. I think so. So at least with Spain playing Germany, that means Wales or Scotland won't be able to go into that. It's baffling now. Won't go into that group because it would be more than two European teams, wouldn't it? Ah, fuck off. Fucking typical. Why have I got something else on? Fucking bollocks, man! Come on. Fuck's sake. Professional. I know. Just fucking. Oh, right, I got it now. Did it just turn channel on the UK? Did it just go from BBC One to BBC Two, or is it just me? Right. Anyway, so Spain, Germany, Belgium, Croatia in F. That means Wales or Scotland can't go in there. Portugal, Uruguay in H. And Brazil, Switzerland in G. Uruguay didn't go into G simply because it was two South American teams. So there you go. So all the second ones are down through now. BBC bloody two. What is a fucking typical, isn't it? Absolute typical. We can't have E. Yeah, Jay Armstrong. On about Jay Armstrong. I've been trying to get hold of him to do a podcast. On about a podcast as well, guys. On about a podcast. You know me. I'm keeping it bump. But I'm doing a podcast with a former Everton legend on Monday. Looking forward to it as well. Um, part of that Colin Howard Kendall period at Everton. Looking forward to that. Okay, so we got Iran. Now they can't go into A, can they? So it'd be England, wouldn't it? England having an easy group again. England having an easy group. No, it's not Neville Southall, man. So England having an easy group again. Iran and America. Oh, I'd love it. You know what? I'd love Wales to get that one. Dixie Dean. Yeah. Dixie Dean. But no, you're not gonna. You guys, you know what? You're not gonna have it out of me. So, but anyway, yeah, and also when he gets back from this event, um, the new Welsh FA CEO Noel Mooney has agreed to a podcast after our little Twitter debate this morning. Okay, Senegal go into Group A, I suppose, wasn't it? So America and Iran are playing. Oh, jeez. They played in something like the 2000. I think they played when the World Cup was in Germany, didn't they? In the group. Fantastic group. Oh, I'd love that. You know what? I'd love that group. I'd love that group AP. Let's all kidnap Bonnie to exact the name. It's guessed. Yeah, they did. They beat US 1-0. That would be a good group boat to have, wouldn't it? Poland. They would go into Group C. So it's Argentina, Poland, and Mexico. But hey, I tell you what, that'll be a tough group. Argentina, okay, they won the South American champion, Copa America, but it's still, they're not that good. I did watch Poland Sweden the other day as well. Poland played really well. I was surprised how well they played. Mexico, yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it? So Serbia. Now they can't go in D. It's already two. They can't go in E. They can't go in F. They have to go in G then, surely, because it's. Now, if you think of it, right? Now, Wales or Scotland are a European team, obviously. So they can go in B because there's only one other European team there. They can't go in, or they can go in C. They can't go in D. They can't go in E. They can't go in F. They can't go in G. They can go in H. So Wales or Scotland can either go in Group B, C, or H. Or A as well. Okay, so Serbia going to Brazil and Switzerland's group. Tunisia, they go into Group D. So France against Tunisia. Former French African colony there. I bet that would be interesting on a street in the streets of Marseille on doing that game. Uh, Dave, it can't be Group G because there's already two European teams in it. It'd have to be A, B, C, or H. So Japan is next out. Japan would go into Group E. So it's Spain, Germany, Japan. Oh, I'd love B as well. I'd love B as well. B would be good. B would be good. But also as well, A would be good as well. A wouldn't be bad either. You'd think in A, Holland would run away with it. So Morocco, where would they go? They'd go in F now, wouldn't they? Come on, B. Come on, B. Everyone wants freaking B. Brownies group. Come on. AP says it's destiny. Dave wants B as well. I want B as well. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine? Okay, now. Okay, Korean Republic. So South Korea would go in H. Right. Right, guys, listen. Listen, right? Don't mention in the chat. I got funny. I may knock his chat off. Don't mention in the chat. You're probably a minute or two ahead of me, right? So don't. Come on. Fucking hurry up. Okay, so guys, if you're new to the channel, I hope you subscribed. So we've got some good games, haven't we? We've got some good games so far. We've got Iran, America in B. In C, Argentina, Poland, Argentina, Mexico. Both of them games would be good. D, France, Denmark. Didn't they play in the Euros? No, in the group. No, they didn't. In E, Spain, Germany. F, Belgium, Croatia would be a good game. G, I think Brazil will run away with it. H, Portugal, Uruguay. Yeah. Okay. So, first one is an IC playoff one. I think. Okay, so that is Peru, UAE, or Australia, isn't it? I think. Yeah, Peru, UAE, or Australia. And by the way, I'm going to that playoff game, Australia against UAE, or UAE against Australia. That's in June. D2. So the winner of that threesome will go into Group D with France, Denmark, and Tunisia. Come on, open it bloody up, will ya? Okay, Ecuador. Where can Ecuador go? Oh, in Group A then, isn't it? Well, that would have to be in Group A, surely. Yeah. That's quite a weak group, isn't it, Group A? So you got Ecuador, Qatar, Senegal, and Holland. Now, if Holland don't bloody run away with that group, I don't know. There's something up. Come on, you old fart. Fucking open it up. Saudi Arabia. Now, they can't go into B, so they'd have to go into C. Yeah, so in C, you've got Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia. Now this is coming down to it's either B or H for Wales or Scotland, or Wales, Scotland, Ukraine. Come on, is that Trapattoni? I see two playoff. Now that's New Zealand or Costa Rica. Now Costa Rica are an American thing, so it can't go into B. So they would have to go into E. Yeah. even with H, the teams in H, I'd fancy Wales to qualify, even in H. Okay, European playoff. Here we go. Here we go. So it's either B or H. Oh, it'd be H then, would it? That would be H. Oh, we're in B. Get in there! Come on, get in there! Fucking come on, you fucking fuck! Come on! Get in there! Yes! Fuck off, Southgate! Come on! We can do it! Come on! Come on! So, Group B, we've got England, Iran, USA. Now, bear in mind, I said, right? And Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine. Group B, get in there! Come on! Jesus. Someone else got drawn out then. I don't know who it was. No, not Saudi Arabia. Or the other one. So Spain, Germany, Japan, New Zealand or Costa Rica. Cameroon. So Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland or Cameroon. Brilliant. And Dan says, count up, Ronnie. Well, yeah, technically. Ghana. Ghana has to go in F then, yeah? Oh, no. No, it has to go in H because Morocco is in F. Could be England, Scotland. It could be Group G is a group of death. Would you say that? Yeah, I probably agree with you. No, you know what? H would probably be a bit. No, Korea with Son from Tottenham, Uruguay, Ghana, Portugal. That could be a tricky group. I think if Wales won it, I'd still think I can't believe it. What a great fucking draw. What a great fucking draw. And Canada are the last team drawn, so it's Belgium, Canada, Morocco, Croatia. Now, if that doesn't get the taste buds going for the World Cup, I don't know what will. I really don't know what will. As you guys know, Brownie's got 3 group tickets. 3 group tickets. I don't know, random group tickets they are. Okay, so 7. It could be England, Scotland. It could well be. But as it stands, Wales have got 50% chance of qualifying. Scotland and Ukraine have got 25%. So, Group A, Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, Holland. Group B, England, Iran, USA, and a winner of a playoff, Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine. Group C, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Poland. That'd be a good group. Group D, France, Denmark, Tunisia, and a winner of Australia, UAE, or Peru. Group E, Spain, Germany, Japan, and a winner of New Zealand and Costa Rica. Group F, Belgium, Canada, Morocco, Croatia. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon, and it's gone. H was Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, and Ghana. There you go. Right, let's see if any of them actually worked out the way in which this World Cup draw simulator added up. Let's just see. I don't know. Can't remember what they turned out to be. Okay. Qatar, Group A, Qatar and Ecuador were correct. Group B, none of them, I don't think. No, it weren't because Wales and England's group. Okay. Group C, Portugal, Holland, Japan, Canada. No. 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 Brazil, Tunisia, isn't it? No. So the simulator, absolute bollocks. Absolute freaking nonsense. Yeah, so there you have it. There you have it, guys. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for joining. And I'm sure it'll be a Q&A later on. So I hope to see you guys later on. Many thanks for joining. Please subscribe and see you soon.